Hi there, welcome back to another Angle UK, and you join me back on the riverbank, and this time the river is the Trent, the River Trent, and they don't call it the Mighty River Trent for nothing. It's a big river, this. Now today what I'd like to do is try and catch some river bream. I know they've got some good sized bream here, so that's what I'm setting out to do, and I'll run you through the rigs a little bit later on. There's false alarm, I thought we were into fish then. Big clump of weed going down the river, so yeah, I had to leg it and see what was going on. Next one. So yeah, that was a bit of excitement when the alarms went off. Big clump of weed came down, hit both lines, so hopefully we're not going to get plagued with that all day. But we're back in now. I think I was just unlucky with that one, that it sort of went through both lines on its way down. So I've rebaited, got plenty more ground bait into the cage feeders and pushed those out again. I've also been catapulting out a few halibut pellets, just as a few free offerings down there, just trying to build the swim up just a little bit, see if we can get some bream interested. It doesn't feel majorly deep out there, and I'm gonna stick my neck out and say it's probably about 12 feet, something like that. It's not one of the deepest sections of the river, I don't think. I'm really new to the Trent. I've fished it once in the past, a long time ago down at Fiskerton, so all of this is new to me, and that's part of the fun, I think, of fishing, going to somewhere new and seeing what you can make of it. It really does make a difference if you go with somebody that's familiar with the local water. But there's absolutely nobody out here to talk to today, just on my own. Not complaining though, I like it. Me and Dee on the bank. So just to show you around a little bit today, that's upstream. It's certainly a wide river, isn't it? So if I just slowly pan you around here, we've got some lovely big willows opposite. And this is just looking downstream. All the way down there is a weir, and that's the bottom end of the stretch where I can fish. I'd say I was in about the middle section. I bought this Dinsmore bank stick. It's probably about 4 foot long, but it's telescopic. You can just adjust it here so it can go well up, depending on what sort of bank you're on. So today I've just got it set up with the rods pointing up into the air, just to minimize the amount of line that you've got in the water. I'm trying to keep the minimum amount of line in the water, avoiding any weed going down the river, so the rods are quite up pointy. Also got one of these adjustable bars. Don't really know the name of the thing. Just mount both of the bite alarms on. Just wait for those tips to go around. Beep 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 beep. Now one of the things I do when I arrive at a peg is just have a quick look around, and I usually end up tidying things up, and today I found some line and I gave it a pull and it just wouldn't come out, and on the other end of it, buried in the bank, was this big ledger. It's the kind of the sort of thing I'd use sea fishing. It's like a boat anchor. So I hope that's something that somebody's been using in the winter and it's not the summer tackle, because if it is, I'm completely undergunned here. This rod went off with the right run, so let's see what we've got. Yeah, something's pulling. enough. It's certainly giving it a good pull. Blimey, it's taking some line. So fishing for bream, and I kind of felt that wasn't a bream. It didn't come in the way it should have done, and it turned out to be a small barbel. Now I've kept the barbel in my net here. It's not actually been out on the bank, it's stayed in the net. I've unhooked it in the water, in the net. I'm just going to give you a very quick look, and then we'll get the barbel back. It's been recovering here. We've been about 15 minutes for this fish to recover. I'm going to bring it out, let you have a look. Okay guys, just the briefest of looks. Just a small one, I don't know, 4 or 5 pound maybe. The other bite alarm's going off, this one's got to go back. He shot off really well recovered. That's nice. That wasn't the target species. I'm certainly not disappointed at all. What a lovely fish. Now I kept it in the water all the time and never came up the bank. I got it in the landing net, I unhooked it in the landing net in the water, and it had been chilling out, recovering for a good 15 minutes before I showed you the fish. Quickest of looks at the fish, and it went off back really strong. So great to see him just shoot straight back off. So I do hope we get some bream. I really want to catch the bream, but I'm not disappointed at catching barbel. It's just a day on the Trent. Isn't that brilliant? Fantastic, really enjoyed that. I hope we caught some of that action on camera. I really wasn't prepared for anything happening. So I was stood all the way down there, so if the volume wasn't very good, well, you'll just have to live with it and imagine what I was saying. So, 1 barbel, bream 0. Need to get some bream. We just got some rain coming down, so I'll quickly put the brolly up before it gets too bad. Dee can shelter under there and the kit can stay under there out the way for a bit. So yeah, it was forecast to rain a bit today. I always bring the brolly just in case and cover up the camera and the dog. I don't suppose it'll amount to much really. I said it now, haven't I? I'm not sure where these bream are. I did think that we'd be getting some bream. I've been watching other people's YouTube channels and they've come down to Trent and they've been trying to catch barbel, and they almost sound disappointed that they've caught bream. So there you go, another Angle UK is the opposite, different again. I do fancy catching a bream. So this section of the Trent is members only, so you can't get a day ticket. It just makes it a little bit quieter. There's also no night fishing, which is again good. You know, you kind of don't get lots of bivvies and barbecues and people here for a few days. It's just you're here for the day and just enjoy it. There's nobody else here. Sometimes I think I sound a bit miserable and say, oh, there's nobody else here, I like it to myself, but you know, I just me and my dog. I do like it when you get the whole river to yourself like this. Very privileged really. Yeah, I recognise that. It is good. So I don't know if you can see over my shoulder, but there's some cows in the field that have slowly been working their way towards us throughout the morning. Really hope that they're placid. Just a bit bothered that we've got D and the brolly there, so I'm gonna have to watch this. Could have to do a runner, carefully extract myself from the field, but it's a bit on the warm side for keeping D in the van. This could prove quite awkward. I did see some people walking further down that way past the cows earlier on with dogs, so hopefully these things are pretty chilled out. They are actually bullocks rather than cows, so I'm less than settled at the minute. A couple of them are gone down by the water, so I've got to look after the rods. Main thing is looking after D and me. I just have to abandon ship if they decide they want to come down this way. I just have to leave them to it. Yeah. Good grief. It's supposed to be a relaxing day's fishing. I've never been so glad to see a bullock's backside in all my days. They've fortunately walked past without any problem. D, bless her, was as good as gold and just stayed quietly in the brolly where I told her to. And the other thing is that in all my years of fishing, I have never not wanted the bite alarm to sound quite as much as just then. I imagined what on earth would be happening if I was running around trying to catch the fish, and that lot decided to get interested. Right then, let's get back to fishing, eh? Okay, so it stopped raining, so that's good. Bullocks are shoved off up there, even better. About every 15-20 minutes I've been winding in and refilling the cage feeders with some ground bait pellet mix and just getting them back out again, just to try to build up a bed of ground bait and feed out there, see if we can get some fish around. Right, so I'm just getting round to the end of my session for today. I've really enjoyed it. It's been terrific. It's the first time I've fished this stretch of the River Trent. It is mighty, it is great. I've loved it. It's been really good. Now, you might not have seen a lot of fish action, you know, but it's been really good being here by the river. It's so nice. I did catch that lovely barbel. Super pleased with that. And it went off so strong. It swam back so strong. It had a good 15 minutes for recovery. Probably a bit more than that because I was faffing around. It stayed in the water all the time, which I think is a great way of doing things. So it never really got lifted out, apart from a very, very quick shot that you saw. I didn't get the bream, but the thing about that is that if you don't get the bream, you want to come back tomorrow and have another go. So I think that's what I might actually do. Come back again and have another session on the River Trent. It's lovely. So I may come back to this spot, or I may move a little bit further up on the next occasion. But for now, that's the end of the session. I'm glad you came along. I'm glad you saw the barbel. So that's it for now. It's been a great session. It's tight lines from me and a tail wag from Little D. So we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.